Hi, welcome to the drink of the day, day 51 of this shut-in. Today's drink is going to be the Negroni. The Negroni is another one of those Italian aperitifs. In fact, it was created in 1919, the same year as the Aperol Spritz that we did a couple of days ago. Supposedly the story with this in Florence, Italy in 1919, at this Cafe Cassoni, which is now the Cafe Cavalli. It's still an ongoing drinkery in Florence. Back in 1919, this Count Negroni was in this bar in Florence, and he said to the bartender he wanted a variation on a drink that was already there called an Americana. An Americana was a Campari drink with vermouth and soda water. Well, supposedly this so-called Count Negroni, he decided he wanted to replace the soda water, give it a little more juice, and put gin in it. So, hence was born the Negroni Cocktail, aperitif. I'm going to prepare a couple of orange slices and what do you call those little, Gail, what do you call those things?
Oh, like
A twist. That's what you call it, to go with the drink. But I wanted to also give a shout out today to my Aunt Mary, who's the matriarch of the Sheehan O'Brien clan. She says she gets a kick out of me doing these videos, and I figured I'd give her a shout out. And I figured I'd also tell you guys a funny story about my Aunt Mary in her house when I was a kid. See, now I've cut this rind. You don't have a lot of the pulp on it, and that's exactly what you want to do for the purposes of what I'm doing here. I'm also going to make a slice. There's two different garnishes that you can do with this. You can put an orange slice in the drink, which I'll do by just getting a wedge of the orange, cutting it in half, and we'll use that as one of the garnishes. And then on this one, where I've got this nice thin skin like that, I'm going to do straighten out the edges. And I'm going to take and make one slice. Get a straw, and I'm going to use the straw as a just a shaper, and I'm going to hold the orange peel, and I'm just going to go around in a circle. It's slippery, and tighten it around, and it'll take the shape if you give it a little pressure and hold it, and you'll have yourself a nice orange twist as a garnish. Just a little, I guess, a bartender's trick. So there we have, it just broke, but an orange twist. So that'll be our garnish. So I wanted to tell you a funny story about my Aunt Mary's house in Burlington. When I was about 10, I went to their house or the family outing, and they had just bought a house in Burlington on Peach Orchard Road. Not Peach Orchard, Purity Springs Road. And while they were having a party, being a little jerk that I was at the time, and this is probably where this whole bartender thing came from, I decided to go down their cellar in their bar and take almost every bottle of liquor they had and pour it on the floor with a mop and mop their entire cellar floor with all the booze they had in the house. The place stunk unbelievable. I wasted all their booze, and boy, they were really pissed off at me for a number of years, I'll tell you. So I survived. They didn't kill me. Okay, so we're going to make the Negroni. Now, start off with a glass of ice. I'm going to make one because I'm not sure I'm going to even like this. And it's simply 1 ounce of gin, 1 ounce of Campari, 1 ounce of vermouth. So, and it's mixed over ice. So there's 1, 2, 3. And it's should be stirred, not shaken, according to everybody I've heard about it. We can add the little twist. Or we can put a wedge in. I'm going to do both on this one. And just there's your Negroni. It's an aperitif, so before dinner. And lastly, I'll just add that there was this woman in this bar, and he was staring at this gentleman. They were both sitting by themselves, eating dinner. She kept staring at him. And then all of a sudden, while the guy was looking at her, she sneezed. But she sneezed so hard that her glass eye popped out. Well, it was going right towards the guy. He grabbed it and caught the eye. Goes over, gives it to her. And she says, oh, thank you very much. Would you like to join me for dinner? So he sits down, he has dinner with her. She's beautiful. He says, why not? She pays for his meal. After dinner, she says, why don't you come by my house and have a cocktail? So he goes. They hit it off really well. She makes him breakfast in the morning, and they're sitting there around breakfast. And he says, boy, you have first dates like this all the time where you go all this way for someone you've just met? She says, not really, but you caught my eye. That's the joke. Okay, guys, we'll see ya.